Thank you. This is an introduction to our new learning management system, Absorb, so you can see what the screens look like and how to navigate. I'm sure it will generate many questions. I hope you all took the time to view the recording of the meeting that Jared Paraguay, CAP's Senior Director of Learning, conducted for ETOs, instructors, and commanders that were sent out to you with the announcement for this meeting. That should help with what you'll be seeing tonight. Now on to Absorb. Absorb is the new learning management system replacing Access. The launch date is now expected to be in late July. The delay is for the vendor to have more time to ensure records will be transferred properly. It also gives us more time to develop training materials and to train our members. Like Access, it will encompass all the online training and has many more capabilities and flexibility to make changes as we move forward. New enhancements include a global course search that allows easy access to online learning requirements. You will be able to search by course or a curriculum group search. For the voluntary university modules, Absorb provides access to both automated and moderated modules, as well as virtual and residence module registration. I'll explain how to do that when we get into talking about the modules. There are integrated cadet achievement pages, which show the content required to proceed and what can be completed for honor credit. Also, there is a simple course reset functionality that allows quick recertification and the updating of records. If you can imagine all the items that have been completed in Access since August 2020 by all CAP members throughout the nation, transferring over to Absorb, there is a possibility that something may not get set up properly or might be missing. We all hope that won't happen. However, it's better to be proactive and save your data now to support what's been completed. Information has been sent out in 2 emails and in the June Education and Training newsletter on how to download to your computer and print. So please help remind your fellow members to do this. And if you have not done it yourself, please take care of that tomorrow. Here is how you will log into Absorb from eServices. You can't do this yet because the links are not live yet. So from the main eServices page, you'll click on Menu, then Online Learning, and then there'll be a new link, Absorb LMS. This is one of the 2 choices, Absorb LMS, or you can still click Learning Management System. When you click Learning Management System, the page opens up, and where we're used to seeing Go to Access, this will now be replaced by the Absorb logo. To enter, just like you did Access, you'll click Absorb. And again, remember, this is not live yet. It will be in late July, so you will not see these links. I am going to switch over to the internet now and go into Absorb. So as mentioned, this is just an introduction since we're not live yet. With my national position, I've been fortunate to have been granted full access to Absorb, which has allowed me to provide input, test out things, as they were being developed. This has allowed me to get a better understanding of the new LMS. Please know, I am not a pro or expert or have all the answers. When you enter Absorb, this is what you're going to see. This is the dashboard. It's the main screen. I'm in a demo senior member that was set up so I can show you the screens. On the main dashboard, we'll have the logo up here, Civil Air Patrol Learning, and that's important because when you're in other screens, in order to get back to the dashboard, if you see that in the top left, all you have to do is click on it. You'll see a magnifying glass, which is your search. There'll be a selection here for messages and a profile. The 3 lines are also known as the hamburger. So that will give you the menu of dashboard, my courses, catalog, discussions, resources, transcript, profile, and you can log off from here. Featured courses is the first section. They will be relevant to your current level or achievement, or because they're a course of emphasis from the command team and senior leadership, or because they're very common courses taken by many members. The next section down that you will see is frequently asked questions. I don't have that. So if you click on an individual question, you'll get that individual answer. If you click on frequently asked questions, they'll pop up here in this screen and you just click the down arrow to get the answers on that. And just like I said before, clicking Civil Air Patrol Learning in the top left will bring you right back to the dashboard. Over to the right is discussion activity. It's a quick link to the messages about postings to discussion scenarios in the moderated voluntary university modules. Level 3, where you see level 3 resume here, this is a current voluntary university module that you're working in. In the middle is the catalog. The catalog is the list of all the courses that you're able to take. If you click on the tile, choose view, you can move to different ways to view the courses. The next one will just have the line items here. So you can, from any of those different views, enroll or resume or start your courses that you wanted to take. We'll go back to the tile view right now. And the left here is a little funnel. It is your search. So you can search by course type, you can search by course name. So it's a filter there. I'm going to type in safety. Let's see what comes up for safety. Any safety courses that are available will pop up. So you can filter and get a limited amount without having to search through all the different courses that are listed right there. If you wanted to go from here to level 3, which is the level that we have this demo person, then there's the level 3, and you just, in this case, click resume because some of those modules have already been completed. Let's go back to the dashboard. To the right is transcript. Here is where all your records will be in Absorb. If you have any certificates for any of the items that you have completed, you'll click on download. The certificate will appear on the screen. You can print it, you can save it to your computer. I highly recommend that you do that, saving to your computer, whether you print it or not, and that way it's in your personal record as well as in Absorb. So certificates will be first, courses will be listed. All your courses that you have completed in Access will appear in Absorb. That's what everything will be transferred over from Access to Absorb. So you'll see your entire history. If you completed anything before Access in the learning management system, it will not appear in here. So you'll be able to also see what your scores were, the enrollment date when we first have everything transitioned over. The enrollment date will be that date for anything that you have taken in Access. The completion date will be the correct date though. So from here on, when you're taking a course and completing that in absorb. The enrollment date will be the first time that you enroll in that course. And you can start, view, resume from this page as well. Let's go back to the dashboard. Scrolling down under My Courses, these are courses that you may have started already, you haven't completed. From what I've seen, you might be able to scroll through a listing of 6, 7 courses that might be listed there. There are a few buttons on here that you may not be aware of. One is Enroll. If you have never started the course, and you want to start the course, you would click Enroll. If you've enrolled in the course, but you haven't done anything in that course yet, it will show as Start. So you'll be able to start that course. If you've completed some of the items in that course, you'll see the word Resume. I'm going to click on level 3. We'll go into the Voluntary University modules, but please note that under featured courses, under this button here for level 3, down here for level 3, there's going to be different ways to get to the Voluntary University modules very easily. So this is what you'll see by clicking on level 3 if that's where you're working right now. So any other level that you're working in, that would show for you. The automated and moderated modules are both going to be in here. First, let's go up here. Course content is going to show you all the modules. Resources, there's a resources up here and there's a resources to the right over here. So either way, you can click resources. The instructor contact list will be listed here. So you'll be able to contact any of the instructors that are assigned to these modules or this level if you have any questions. Clicking open will open up the list of the names of the instructors and their email addresses will appear. Also, the chair for that level will appear with their email address. If you click on it, it'll just open a email for you to type in your question there. The level 3 course module summary sheet, this is the one that we kind of use that and is posted on the national website where all the listing of the automated and moderated modules are. So it's another resource listed there for you. On the right-hand side, we'll go back to course content, is your in progress report. So 4 out of 27 courses have been completed, which is 15%. And again, here's the resources right over here that we just clicked on. Let's talk about the automated modules. If a module has been completed, you'll see a green check mark and the word completed over here. If you have begun the module, if you have started the module, the icon over here will be a little bit different and it'll say resume. So let's take a look at the delegating module. Down the bottom, there'll be overview and lesson details. Excuse me, the overview is going to give you information, and if you want to expand that instead of trying to scroll through the bottom, the arrow to expand and collapse course details, you'll click on that. It'll give you the introduction to what it's about, the desired learning outcomes, and an estimated time for completing the module. Right now, we're in 50% completion. So the lesson content has already been completed because you see the green check mark there. Let's click on that. Since you've already completed that, or this member has, you can go back to the beginning or resume where you left off if you were in the middle of working the lesson. There'll be slides, and every one that you complete or read will have a green check mark. So you'll click on next to go to each of them. We are in the process of working through the revision, updating of the curriculum. So we're going to make the slides a little bit more visual instead of just words on the paper there. So that is coming, and I do have one that I'll show you that looks a little bit different. If this is too small on your screen to read with all the things on the side, these arrows that are in an X, you would click on that and it would open up in a full screen. We'll back out of that. In the middle of the screen, when we opened up the module, you'll see on this particular one, the quiz attempt. So the quiz was started, and we have the button here, resume quiz. If you haven't started the quiz, it'll say start. We'll click on resume quiz. None of the questions have been completed, so we have question 1 up here. You'll complete that, submit the response. It will go to question number 2 and will list how many questions that you have remaining there. I will be closing the module. So the X at the top right will close the module. We'll go back to the listing of all the level 3 modules. Now we'll move down to the moderated modules. And there is a arrow here if you just wanted to collapse and not see any of the automated courses. So that's available as well. So moderated modules, you're going to see 2 things, virtual residence and online course. Now, what we've had before for the moderated modules, we did not have the access in Access AXIS unless you were in a cohort. This is a big change. Cohorts as we know them will change with this new LMS. You will not be able, you will not sign up for a cohort anymore in e-services as you previously did. There will not be any assigning members to cohorts with a couple of instructors. The chairs will be assigning instructors to certain modules or groups of modules and absorb. The new system allows members to complete moderated modules in their own time. Whoever just joined, if you can mute your microphone, we would appreciate that. Major Hooper, if you can mute their microphone. Also, you'll be able to register.
And we still have to reactivate yours.
Yes, sir. I think they took care of it. And we're going off camera for right now. Also, you'll be able to register for a virtual and residence session right from the LMS, right from the learning management system. You will no longer have to go to the virtual and residence page on the main Civil Air Patrol website, click on the calendar, search for a course that's being instructed in VIR, and enroll from it there. If you have any questions about the modules, again, there's an instructor contact list that you'll be able to click on. Let's go into care and feeding of a member, and we'll click virtual and residence. We had set up a session that, a pseudo session here for June 18th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and the like Central Daylight Time, Eastern Daylight Time, the time zone will be listed there. Your instructor will be listed, the location, it's going to be in Teams. This is the Teams link. So there'll be no more having to search for an email where you had the link to join that class at that certain time. If there are more than one sessions being offered on a particular module, you'll be able to click on choose which one that you want. If you enrolled in one and you want to change the session, you would click change session. If you have enrolled in one and you want to cancel it, there'll be another button to cancel the session, which immediately sends the message back to the VIR team in case they have a wait list so someone else can get in and join that session. Going back to the level 3 curriculum. So that's virtual and residence. So to complete a moderated module online, we'll go in care and feeding of a member and resume because this one has already been started. So all the online materials, the discussion scenario, and assignment quiz, I'll be in here. It's interesting how that popped up right there because I think I was in there before and that just popped up for me. So on your right-hand side, it'll show that it's 75% completed. Everything with the green check mark has been completed. So we'll click on the first one. A lot of them will open up in a new window. This is a video that was produced and it's in Vimeo or however you pronounce that. So just to give you a taste of it. Just wanted to give you an idea of that. Instead of reading all the words on a page, you'll still have the student guide and that information will be in a different format. If there is a publication that is attached to the module, that'll be listed here and will bring you, I guess I need to get the correct CAP pamphlet, or that is listed CAP pamphlet 60-20, which is attached to this module. CAP regulation 39-2 is here as well. I'm going to exit this module. And we're going to go into compliance requirements to see a little bit more on the online learning. This one is 50% completed. The compliance requirements, student guide, the video presentation have been completed. The discussion scenario is the next item. So that's why that is opening up when we open the module up. A posting has already been sent on this discussion scenario. You will see for yourself after you have sent that notification has been sent. That way you know that it is in the queue for an instructor to review and grade it. So you would get the response back on that. Down the bottom, again, we have the overview. There are lesson details. There are resources, publications, CAP regulations, other links. If it's a link to go to the internet, you'll see the link. If it's a PDF to open, you'll see the PDF symbol on that. We're going to click on the link and it'll go right to that web page. This is about compliance requirements, so SUIs, and also the compliance inspections at Wings will have the links on that. I'm going to go back to the discussion scenario. And because the notification has been sent on that, the posting, going a back way to get to that. And the system is not allowing me to do that at the current time. We'll find another way on the discussions and have that type of training at a later date on that. Right now, we're going to go back to the PowerPoint because I do want to show you current slide. My apologies. This is the slide I wanted to show you on this. I took a screenshot before, as I mentioned, on the virtual and residence courses. Here is where multiple courses would have been offered. And if you needed to cancel a session that you were already enrolled in, that would be there. We want to talk about past results right now. For past results, you would click on the Learning Management System tab under the menu and would bring you to the LMS page. Past results, as I mentioned, all the access courses that you have taken will be transferred over to Absorb. So right now, what you see if you pull up your past results under Learning Management System, you'll see LMS results, and the next tab over says Access LMS results. You will now see Absorb LMS results because it encompasses both the Access and the Absorb courses that you have taken. So it's something to be aware of. It's not active right now until Absorb is launched, until we get that online. I am not well versed in the cadet side of things, but I wanted to show you some pages for the cadets because a lot of our members are working with cadets, and you would like to make sure that you could see some of those pages. I need to get out of our senior member and I need to get into one of our cadet pages. GV5, Audrey. Their dashboard is looking at just the same, pretty much as ours for senior members. And there is a ability to have a scrolling banner at the top. So for cadets, they're setting it up to show what achievement they're currently working in, having one of those on the banner, and also some CAP basics, OPSEC, CAP Test 116, aircraft ground handling, to bring that to mind for cadets to be able to take those courses. Featured courses will be here, and Achievement 6, just like the Voluntary University Level 3 was there, their catalog, their transcript, and they could click in to take Achievement 6, resume here, take it here, also under My Courses on that. As I said, I'm not well versed on the cadet side of things, but here is a screen for their courses. Achievement 6, they'll have a message up here, with the cadet achievement card, and talk about, also in your cadet personal tracker, what steps you need for the next promotion, and this information about Achievement 6. Course content, all their courses will be listed here, and explanation to complete at least one or two to receive honor credit. And they can enroll if they're in the middle of working on one of the modules, they'll click resume. Aerospace dimension modules, one note about that. If a cadet has taken them out of order, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Let's say they took Aerospace Dimensions Module 3 and 6. In Absorb, they will have to take them in order. So their next module that they will need to take will be Module 1, then Module 2, and of course they completed Module 3. So after 2, they'll take 4, and so on. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. I haven't heard any questions so far, so I'm sure you're storing them up for when we get down to the end here. Instructors, if we have any online instructors that have been teaching in a cohort in our meeting tonight, you should know that you will have both an instructor dashboard and a personal dashboard like we just showed. The instructor dashboard will look like this. There should be some instructor training for online instructors. I've asked our provost, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Bryan, if he will be conducting specific training. So we should be hearing something from him about this. The first thing that I heard back was about the level chairs starting to plan on instruction for that. If you instruct face-to-face or on-site, nothing has changed for you. You will still input the module completions in professional levels in e-services. The virtual and residence instructors will work with the VIR team in setting up the module and Absorb. And of course, you will still be posting the approvals for that module in professional levels. So that part won't change, only that the module will be set up in Absorb. It's really important for me to hear your questions and comments so I can relate them back to Jared at National Headquarters to see about improvements or accommodating requests, especially now that we have a little bit more time for all the changes. Just to let you know, I'm very excited about the system. It looks professional, it has capabilities to grow with us, and just like anything else, it will take time to get used to Absorb. I hope what we're doing here in developing guides and other materials will help, so when it goes live, we'll have a smoother transition for all of us. After Absorb goes live, we plan on holding office hours. We'll start with about 15 to 20 minutes of instruction and then have an question and answer period. The sessions will be on different weeknights to allow for squadron and other meetings and commitments. Because of all these changes, we will update the resources currently on the North Carolina Wing Education and Training web pages. The documents from National that came out and were sent to you in the June newsletter and the email invitation to this meeting are already posted there. This session is being recorded and I hope to have it as a resource and post it to the Wing Education and Training resource page.